Imagine you are building an AI assistant for a company. A user asks, can I carry forward my unused leaves to next year? Now think about this. Will an LLM, whether it is ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, or any other model, know your company's leave policy? The answer is no, because that policy is present in your internal HR document. It was not part of the model's training data. And even if the model gives an answer, there is a risk. It may sound confident, but the answer may be wrong. And this is exactly where RAG comes in. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Don't worry about the name. In simple terms, RAG means giving the AI the right information before asking it to answer. Not all information, only the relevant information. Let's understand this step by step. Large language models are powerful. They can write code, they can explain concepts, they can summarize text, but they have limitations. They don't know your private data, they don't know your company policies, they don't know your internal documentation, they may not know your latest product FAQs, and if they don't have enough information, they may hallucinate. That means they may generate an answer that sound correct but is actually wrong. For example, suppose your HR policy says unused leaves can be carried forward up to 10 days, but the AI does not have access to this document. If the user asks, can I carry forward my unused leaves? The AI may guess. It may say yes, it may say no, or it may give a generic answer. But in a business application, guessing is dangerous. We don't want the AI to guess. We want the AI to answer based on the actual document. And that is the problem RAG solves. Before understanding how RAG works, let's clear one misconception. RAG is not sending all your documents to the AI every time. Suppose you have HR policy document, leave policy document, reimbursement document, laptop policy document, travel policy document. Now the user asks, can I carry forward my unused leaves? Should we send all these documents to the model? Absolutely not. That would be expensive, that would be slow, and most of the information is useless for this question. The laptop policy has nothing to do with leave carry forward. The travel policy has nothing to do with leave carry forward. So RAG is not about dumping everything into the prompt. RAG is about finding the most relevant information first, then giving that information to the AI. RAG has three main parts: retrieval, augmentation, generation. Retrieval means find the relevant information. Augmentation means add that information to the user's question. Generation means ask the AI to generate the final answer using that context. So when the user asks, can I carry forward my unused leaves? The application first searches the HR documents. It finds the section that talks about leave carry forward, and then it sends the question and this relevant context to the model. Employees can carry forward up to 10 unused earned leaves to the next calendar year. Now the model has the right information, so it can answer yes, according to the leave policy, you can carry forward up to 10 unused earned leaves to the next calendar year. The answer is much better because it is grounded in your document. RAG usually works in two phases. First is the ingestion phase. Second is the question answering phase. Let's start with ingestion. So ingestion means preparing your documents so the application can search them later. Suppose we have a PDF called company leave policy, right? This document contains many sections: annual leave, sick leave, maternity leave, leave carry forward, leave encashment. Instead of storing this full PDF as one big document, we split it into smaller parts. These smaller parts are called chunks. For example, first chunk contains annual leave policy, second chunk contains sick leave policy, third chunk contains leave carry forward rules, fourth chunk contain leave approval process, right? So why do we split the document? Because when the user asks a question, we don't need the entire PDF. We only need the part that answers the question. And after splitting the document, we convert each chunk into embeddings. Now don't worry too much about embeddings in this video. For now, just understand this. Embeddings are a way to represent text as numbers, and these numbers help us search by meaning, not just by exact keywords. For example, the user may ask, can I move my remaining leaves to next year? But the policy document may say, unused on leaves can be carried forward. The words are different, but the meaning is similar. Embeddings help the system understand this similarity. Once we create embeddings, we store them in a vector database. A vector database is a spatial database designed for similarity search. So the ingestion phase look like this. First, take the document, split them into chunks, convert chunks into embeddings, store them in a vector database. This is usually not done for every user question. It may happen once or wherever a new document is uploaded or whenever the policy changes. Now let's say the user asks, can I carry forward my unused leaves? The application does not directly ask the LLM to answer. First it converts the question into an embedding, then it searches the vector database. The vector database returns the most relevant chunks. In this case, it may return this chunk. For example, employees can carry forward up to 10 unused on leaves to the next calendar year. Now the application creates an augmented prompt. That means the prompt contains two things: the user's question and the retrieve context. Something like this: answer the question using only the context below. First, you mention the context, that is, employees can carry forward up to 10 unused on leaves to the next calendar year, and the user question, which is, can I carry forward my unused leaves? Now the model generates the final answer, and because the model has the right context, the answer becomes much more accurate. So the complete flow is: user asks a question, application searches relevant documents, vector database returns matching chunks, application adds those chunks to the prompt, LLM generates the answer, user gets a grounded response, that is RAG, right? Is RAG just search? Not exactly. Search only finds documents. RAG finds relevant information and then uses the AI to generate a natural answer, right? Now let's clear one common confusion. Is RAG the same as memory? No. Memory is about the user. RAG is about external knowledge. For example, if I ask what type of hotels do I usually prefer, that is memory, because the answer depends on my past preferences. But if I ask what is the leave carry forward policy, that is RAG, because the answer is inside an external document. So remember this: memory is personal history, RAG is external knowledge retrieval. Both are useful, but they solve different problems. RAG is useful in many real world applications, be it customer support bots, HR assistants, legal document assistants, banking policy assistants, insurance claim assistant, so on, right? For example, in a bank, a user may ask what documents are required for a home loan. The AI should not guess. It should retrieve the latest document checklist, then answer based on that checklist. In a support system, customer may ask, how do I reset my device? The AI should retrieve the correct troubleshooting guide, then explain these steps clearly. This is why RAG becoming very important in business applications. So let's summarize. LLMs are powerful, but they don't know your private or latest data. If they don't have the right information, they may guess. RAG solves this by retrieving relevant information from external documents. If you understood this concept, please like this video and share with your friends.